There is one thing that will never go away, it is crime. The average age of criminal responsibility in Australia is well below that of the rest of the world, which is currently 14 years old. Medical science proves that this is detrimental to the growth and development of youth. However, youth crime is a rapidly increasing issue globally, which should be addressed in a way that promotes both punishment and the implementation of programs that aim to rehabilitate and assist youth back into society in a supportive way. Youth crime rates in Australia currently sit at 14% of the entire population that are in prison currently, which accounts for just around a quarter of the population incarcerated in Australia. If we make the decision to raise the age to 14, we are just encouraging youth to go out and commit these crimes with the mindset that they will inevitably get away with it without consequence, which in turn will raise the youth crime rate. By encouraging this decision, you are contributing to this. We're creating a more dangerous society by the minute, and I know I would want my child to be in a safe environment without the threat of harm or the influence of bad behaviour. You should want that for any child. The current Australian legislation mentions the dollar income tax presumption, meaning that a child that is currently under the age of 10 can't be charged with a crime unless they knew that the actions were taken were wrong, and this could be proven by the prosecution. If we raise the age to 14, any child between the ages of 10 to 13 aren't criminally responsible for a crime unless it is proven they knew it was wrong. Criticism says that this puts a high demand on court resources, but not only this, it makes crimes easier to get away with. The higher the age is raised, the more loopholes are available for a solicitor to find in the law, meaning more youth will go unpunished for the crimes they commit. You don't want that, do you? Because I know I don't. If the age is maintained from 10 to 12 at a maximum, it is more likely that the perpetrators will be held accountable and there will be more prospects of rehabilitation through the youth systems, as the age restriction will limit the amount of crime committed and therefore leave room for the children that need the most aid. Furthermore, instances such as the James Bulger murder would go unpunishable. James was a 2-year-old boy from the UK who was abducted by two 10-year-old boys, Thompson and Venables, from a mall and was tortured for several hours with an overall infliction of 42 injuries, including the crushing of his skull. These boys ended up with a 10-year prison sentence, and from a victim's perspective, it's hard to argue that there should be no consequences for the perpetrator's actions, and by maintaining the low age of criminal responsibility, cases, like Bulger's, are less likely to be replicated and conserve the justice the criminal system aims to achieve for these victims. Raising the age won't address the casual effects of crime. Changing the law does not change the complexity of youth offending and why they do it. Some of these complex issues include mental health, poor parenting, domestic violence, and substance abuse. Raising the age will not stop people from committing crime. It just means nobody will be accountable for their actions. In order to change anything, we must address the risk and protective factors of individuals, family and social community levels, which is crucial in addressing the behaviour of youth. A clear example of this was an 11-year-old boy who stabbed a man to death with a screwdriver. He was jailed for 4 years and was held in custody for 2 years prior to sentencing, as he had nobody to care for him at that time. If the law was changed, the casual effects of crime would not be getting addressed. They would just be shoved aside. On the other hand, maintaining the minimum age, 10, that you can be legally responsible for a crime is damaging for a youth's future. Youth committing these reprehensible crimes are often ones that are lacking the resources and the guidance they need to develop into an adult. At least 65% of these children are Aboriginal, 68% are in remand, meaning that they are yet to be convicted of a crime, and 46% have experienced homelessness. A child is not fully developed until they reach the age of 25 years old, and any event that occurs between then shapes a child's prospects of becoming a healthy adult. The aim should not be to punish a child for their crimes, but to assist them back into society through a professional who is able to help teach them better ways of handling situations and accomplishing their goals and ambitions. Their future counts on their ability to secure a career and build a stable life for themselves. They will be less likely to achieve this if they have a record stating that they committed a crime while they were still in their youth. Some children are committing crimes just to put food on the table for their families. Our system needs to take more responsibility for these children rather than constantly placing the blame on the choices that they make. Children like Thompson and Venables are the youth that should be seeking the most help professionally. Although they should be punished through the law, these kids are the ones that should be getting the most assistance through the prison system as victims themselves. Venables grew up without a father and had a mother that was known to be harsh towards him. Similarly, Thompson's parents were also separated. However, his father left him early on and his mother developed early onset depression, resulting in a suicide attempt. This unfortunately set them both up for a vexatious future. Although the current age of criminal responsibility is detrimental to a child's future, raising that age is just encouraging youth to commit more crimes. And as a society, we must think about the best available resources we have to assist these children through the most crucial years of their lives to create a safe and inviting environment. It is important for the development and growth of children all around the world, and we are fortunate enough to already live in a country that has a low crime rate. So, before this issue becomes an invitation to vote or voice your opinion, think about the consequences of your choices.